Solana's Sol coin looks to have broken its short-term downtrend and has now broken up into a brand new bull run. Let's take a look. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another crypto video. Today we're taking another look at Solana's Sol coin. We've seen just a recent break in the short-term downtrend after a period of consolidation. So I'm excited to make some predictions today on where we can expect to see Sol coin go next. But before we get into all that good stuff, guys, please remember to leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy today's video. And of course, if you want to see more of this sort of content, hit subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. And I'd also love to know your thoughts on Solana's Sol coin down in the comments section below. But without any further ado, let's jump straight into today's analysis. Welcome into the Sol chart, guys. If you're looking to buy Sol or want some free Bitcoin, there are a couple of links down in the description of today's video. But at the moment, as you can see, we're sitting at a value of $219 US per Sol coin, and previously we got up here to a peak sitting at $259. Now, for those of you who have been following my videos, you would know that there is right now in place a nice little uptrend that we saw, and we saw recently a bounce off that. We were heading down to that point, but we managed to bounce off it and continue following that trend line. So this is extremely positive, but that's not what is exciting me in today's video. What is really exciting me is the fact that what we saw previously was this downtrend occur from when we hit our peak. And what we've seen is a gradual decline. But that gradual decline has broken. That has now broken out of the wedge that had been forming in the first instance. So for Sol holders, this right here, this point right here at $215 is exactly where we have now seen a breakout of Sol coin. Basically, what we're looking for now is a close above this line and not for the price of Sol to retract back. As you can see, it slightly has so far, but it's still significantly above that point. And hopefully following that, a few days of closes solidly above that point. I would expect to potentially see a test back and hitting that, trend line that we saw previously before it starts moving back up. But we just need to make sure that the close today occurs above this point. So overall, looking really, really good. And just zooming in on the hourly chart, just for a bit more perspective, this has literally only just happened. And it came after we saw a nice little flag pattern form, much like this, and then break out over that line. So overall, looking very, very good. Now, where can we expect to go if we do see this breakout? Well, let's put in our key points of horizontal resistance and support. Right now, we're actually sitting at a key point of resistance and support, or it's resistance now. We did breach it previously, just briefly, but now is acting almost as a bit of a point of resistance, and it's at this 220-219 mark. I'm just going to put a horizontal line in there to display that. You can see previously the price has actually touched this point or bounced off this point multiple times and is acted as a key marker for us. So that is going to play a very crucial role moving into the future. Now, just taking the price up a bit, where can we expect to see the next point of resistance be? And I think a major one is at 246 right here. You can see that once again, this has acted as a point for many of the candles on the daily chart to bounce off and bounce on. So overall, that is the next point of resistance for us. So basically, what we're seeing here now is an indication of we're moving up to this point, and I'm going to extend this line out. This is really a best case scenario sort of line. You can see that this could be a potential trend if we keep moving with the same amount of momentum. We need to see that buying volume come up today in order to make sure that this does continue. But as I mentioned, I did say we'd expect to potentially see us come back down to this downtrend line just to test it again. I'd suspect it would happen within this region before then continuing upwards in that sort of a manner. So overall, looking pretty good, and that means that is our target to breach this point right here at 215. and then keep moving upwards to the next target of 245, 246 before testing those all-time highs once again. So let's bring in a few more indicators in order to help us with today's video. Of course, I'm just going to bring in our 3 key moving averages, our short-term 20-day moving average, our medium-term 50-day moving average, chuck that one in as well, and of course finally our longer-term 200-day moving average. Now the 200-day, not really relevant at this point in time, as you can see, sitting at 106, so we can ignore that one. What is interesting though, it was looking like we could have seen the 20-day coming down to potentially cross below the 50-day. With the price action that's occurring now, I really don't think we're going to see something like that occur, so that is really, really good. Now, the last thing to point out is probably that this 20 days acting almost as a bit of a resistance point at the moment. We need to breach it, but that 50 days acting as support for us. You can see we bounced off it today, so that moving up is beneficial, but we want to see some more momentum come in the next few days to make sure we definitely don't see a 20-day cross below the 50-day moving average. So overall, not looking too shabby. I'm going to get rid of the 200-day. It's kind of irrelevant at this point in time. You can see a bit more clearly there exactly how this is all laid out. Next, MACD, let's have a look at that. Now this is looking extremely positive for Sol. As you can see, the 12-day EMA is scooping upwards like this now, and it looks like it is going to cross through the 26-day EMA. Now this is an extremely reliable indicator when it comes to trading crypto. Every time we see a cross indicates a change in direction. So a cross back here in September meant a downtrend. A cross back over here in October meant we started moving upwards. Another cross moving upwards, down, moving downwards. What we're about to see is another cross upwards, indicating that the price should follow that as well based on what we have historically seen. So MACD right now looking very, very positive for Solana. Volume, not too much to talk about right now. Everything is relatively stagnant. And let's finally take a look at the RSI. RSI moving up as you'd expect after 5 green days effectively. It is sitting at 53, so still very close to the middle. We've got plenty of room to move upwards and continue seeing Sol rise in value, with a lot more buying momentum able to come in without that really affecting us. It's not anywhere near that overbought range, so in saying that, we've seen this in the overbought range for extended periods before. It's not that much of an issue, but overall, you can certainly say it's nowhere near being cooked or even overcooked or anything at all. It is primed and ready for buying momentum to come in. So just to finish today's video off, my price target, crack this initial mark here at the, I suppose, let's zoom in, get a good gauge of exactly where that is, 219, crack that, and then our target is that 246 mark as we then see this coin move up. That wraps up the Sol Coin video for today, guys. Remember to leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications if you want to see more of this sort of content. I'd love to know your thoughts on Sol and Solana down in the comment section below. Do you think those targets can be met in the near future? We really want to see that 245 mark hit if we can breach the 219. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.